Good morning, ladies. It's finally time to go over foundations. So I don't have anything on my face except for my eyeliner and mascara because I didn't want to scare you that bad. So Younique has tons of foundation options. So this video is going to be a little longer than most of mine, but it will tell you exactly what you need to know based on what you're trying to achieve. So first of all, the most important thing with foundation is primer. So what primer does is use about this much, and what primer does is gives your makeup a perfect canvas to adhere to. Also, it fills in your pores and fine lines. So if you think of it like an orange, it will fill in all of those imperfections and allow the makeup to go on smoothly instead of just over the top of those imperfections. And I actually have a picture of that you'll be seeing later in the party. But primer is a must. I've used other primers. I love ours because you can use it on your lips, on your eyelids. It will extend the life of your lipstick, of your eyeshadow. This stuff is amazing. So anyway, you start out with primer. What I'm going to do today is show you the two different things that I use on my face because I like maximum coverage. So that's what we're going to go over. But before I get started with that, I'm going to show you what you can do for lighter coverage. So first of all, we have BB cream. And I apologize for the dogs in the background. My video always has dogs or kids. So first of all, we have BB cream, and the BB cream can be used for highlighting and contouring, which you'll see later. If you go really light and really dark, you can do some cool things with it. But also, it is a tinted moisturizer. So with that, you can use it just by itself on the weekend, and that's all that you need on your face. The second thing that we have is essentially the same as Bare Minerals. It's called Mineral Concealer, but it is Bare Minerals. That's exactly what it is. If you like light coverage with that type of finish, this is great for you. A lot of ladies like to use the BB cream as their foundation, and this is their powder for super light coverage, and it looks great. For medium coverage, we have pressed powder that is unparalleled. All you would need is primer and pressed powder, and you get the look of a full coverage foundation. It comes with a sponge to apply. It's phenomenal. I absolutely love this. Now, if you're wanting full coverage, we have cream foundation, which comes with a sponge to apply it, and it has a nice window to keep it separate. And you can get excellent coverage with that. You put the pressed powder on top of it, it will cover up anything. Also, I skipped for medium coverage. You can use our liquid foundation. And it can be used for medium to heavy coverage because it's buildable. You can do, one layer, let it dry, do another layer, and you get great coverage. If you want full coverage, you can use this with our pressed powder. So now I'm going to get started, and it'll explain everything a little bit better. So I've put on my primer. On half of my face, I'm going to do our liquid foundation and pressed powder. And on the other half of my face, I'm going to do the cream foundation and pressed powder. So this is about how much liquid that I'm going to be using. You can see not hardly any at all. And I'm just going to smear it all over my face. Now, most important is we have just come out with this liquid foundation. We have also come out with concealer. So the concealer is excellent for spot touches and for treating under eye circles. I'll be doing a video later where you can see where I actually use the concealer and the liquid foundation to cover up Sharpie on my face. So like I said, you can take this from medium coverage to heavy coverage. So that's one half of my face done with just our liquid foundation. It does dry to a matte finish. It's not like the cream to powder junk that you're used to. It just dries to a matte finish where you don't need powder on top of it. So that's our liquid foundation. You can see you get good coverage out of it if you look at the two tones of my skin. Something that I like to do, just a little extra, this is our concealer in Taffeta. It's the same color as the foundation I just put on my face. And I get redness around my nose. So I like to cover that up a little bit. I don't have anything else to really cover, but as you can see, it looks perfect. So absolutely love this stuff. This concealer is amazing. and it takes such a tiny amount. I'm going to go ahead and do my under eye so that you can see what that looks like. Tiny, tiny amount. And this is actually in a lighter color. It's one shade lighter. This one's called Velour, because you want to go a shade lighter for covering your under eyes, and you want to go same shade for blemishes. And you always want to put concealer on over your makeup for better results, which I never knew. So it's awesome. Okay, now we're going to go to the other side of my face with the cream foundation and pressed powder, and this is in Chiffon. Now, before you go ordering, please message me and I will help you pick out your colors, because you heard me say I use taffeta in liquid foundation and I'm using Chiffon in the cream. That's because they are two different colors. The liquid runs a little bit darker than the cream and the powder. So please message me. That's what I'm here for, is to help you pick out your correct color. Okay. So there's our cream foundation. You get really good coverage out of it, as you can see. And now I'm going to go in with our magic product, which is our pressed powder. You just get your sponge, get it everywhere, and just go on top. And again, you can use this by itself with the primer, and it will cover up tons of imperfections. I'll be showing a photo and a video of that later. But for maximum coverage, these are your two options. You're going to get the same result, which is why I do it. You cannot tell one side from the other on what I used. It's strictly on your comfort level on what you're used to using. You know, if you're used to using a pan type makeup, is what I used to call it, from Moral Norman, that's what you need. If you're used to using a liquid, then that's what you need. If you aren't comfortable just using a liquid by itself without powder on top, get it that way. If you're like me and you want powder, then you can do it that way. We have tons of tools that you can use. We have a foundation brush, which you can use to put your foundation on. We have a concealer brush, which you can use under your eyes to put in your concealer. We have blending buds, which are wonderful for if you're wanting extreme coverage to get all over your face. And then if you want to use your powder just to finish off your face instead of with a sponge, we have an awesome powder puff. So this video has gone longer than what I anticipated, but I wanted you to know all of the options that we have available with Younique, and definitely message me. That's what I'm here for. I'll help you pick out the perfect foundation for what you're looking to achieve and the perfect color. And if we get the color wrong, it's a very, very simple exchange process that we take care of. So don't be afraid to buy this online, because if you don't use these products, you're missing the boat. These products are what made me fall in love with Younique, because I was using Smashbox, I was using Lorac, I was using anything you can imagine. I was spending as much money as possible on foundation to try to get not even half the results that I get with Younique. So I consider myself an expert because of that, and I will help you get the best look for you. Y'all have a great day.